Okay, let's get started now. Hello everyone, welcome to Everaise Math 1. Um, in this orientation, we'll just be going over how the course structure will run and how the next 4 weeks camp will go, as well as introduce to the students some of the instructors. Okay, here are some of the instructors. Some of them might not be here right now. I guess we can just introduce ourselves to get to know you guys. I'm Matthew Chen. I'm one of the heads. I'm currently a junior at Wayzata High School. I don't know if some of the other instructors, if they would like, they can introduce themselves as well. Okay, I guess they're not. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, so if you have any questions, you can be on the lookout for these people. Also, if you want to know who people are in case people don't have their actual names, instructors and office hours people will have the moderator tag and they'll be brown. They also have the Math 1 rule. Okay, so if you haven't already, I know some people have already done this, but if you haven't, feel free to introduce yourself in general. Maybe say what state or country you're from if you're not from the US, and an interesting thing about yourself. An important part of this camp is that we want you to and encourage you to actually collaborate with one another. So if people are familiar with each other, you cannot see the screen. Are other people able to see the screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
What was that? Can see? Okay. Evelyn, maybe try exiting and then coming back in. Yeah, so just share interesting about yourself. We want you to collaborate with one another, so it helps to collaborate if you're familiar with one another and you feel comfortable around each other. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine too. Okay, so some information about the actual course is we'll be running from July 12th to August 6th, so 4 weeks. The key difference between this year and last year, in case some of you are returning students, is that this year it'll be self-paced. So when you go to launch, you'll see that there will be modules that have the handouts and the units and chapters. There would be dates next to them, but those are just recommendations to keep you on pace. Um, and you can feel free to go at your own pace, however you want to go. The screen is not visible in Discord. Are people able to see the screen on Discord?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they should click on the live button and then click on watch stream. That would help them.
Oh yeah, make sure to click on the live button. Yes, thank you. We also have office hours, so we have office hours 3 times a week. 11 p.m. EDT on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So office hours, we'll talk about office hours in a bit as well, but office hours are just a time where you can ask instructors questions right away and they'll get a response within seconds or minutes. So over the 4 weeks, we'll have 4 units based on the four uh, fields of math, which is algebra, geo, combo, and number theory. And this camp, I know I saw a question earlier. This camp is primarily a handout-based uh, structure in which you'll be given a handout and your responsibility is to read through the handout, do the example problems, do the exercises, and at the end there will be homework problems as well. There will also be video lectures as well inside the handout that you can click on to watch. And there will also be discussions, again about problems. We also have a problem of the week where you can discuss with one another. That's a little bit not easy. Can you not hear me, Evelyn? And we also have activities, so we'll talk about those a little bit as well. Okay, more going in depth in office hours. So you ask questions in office hours in question queue, which is the text channel, and check the pin messages for Preston's words of advice. In general, those are primarily used for office hours, but you can also ask them whenever you want. And if you want a question to be answered, like if you have the same question as someone else, you can react to their question with like a thumbs up, and that way we'll know which ones are popular. And if popular questions, are there, then we'll answer them via voice and voice chat during office hours. But otherwise, if they're like more personal questions that aren't super popular, then we'll just answer them via text. And office hours is going to be roughly 1 hour per session. They'll take place in VC, and we'll be live streaming them in case you can't attend. Okay, so here are the actual course topics themselves. Algebra handout. So there'll be 3 handouts for each subject for each unit, and they'll be given out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So here are the topics. Algebra has exponents, radicals, logarithms, sequences in series, and polynomials and graphs. Geometry has angles, circles, triangles, and area, lengths, and ratios. Combo has basic counting, principle of inclusion, exclusion, and probability. And then number theory has modular arithmetic, primes, factorizations, GCD, and basis decimal representations. Okay, so here's navigating launch. So this is kind of a screenshot of what your dashboard may look like. Uh, for this demo, there will be a bunch of all the topics and pictures will have physics, mechanics. But when you actually log in, you'll have math. If you have multiple courses, you'll see multiple dashboards as well. So this is what your home page will look like. When you click on the course itself in the dashboard, you have this kind of screen. There will be an assignment log where you have what assignments you have to do and what your score and your status of completion. Your score is just like based on the questions you answer and how you submit. There's a total points and also a rank. The rank isn't super huge. It's just for fun, really, just like make it a little bit more competitive. But again, this is self-paced, and so don't worry about that. Mainly, we just want you to get the most out of it. So if you put in, you get the most out of what you put in. Okay, and then the homework tab shows the actual modules as well as the homework submission. So you'll see in this homework tab for module 1, for instance, there will be an attachment that has the actual handout file, and you'll click on it and download it. You'll read through the handout, work on the problems. At the end, there'll be a homework section, and in launch, there will be a submission uh, portion as well. For math, we won't have multiple choice. We will only have short answer, and there will only be integer answers. So I guess that gives you a hint on whether your answer is correct, but they will only be integers since I know we had some issues with formatting and submissions for physics, so we just converted everything to integers. So in case you have the question will be if any of you are familiar with AMY tests. If the answer itself might not be an integer, it might be a fraction, like say m over n, but the answer submission form will ask you to enter in like m plus n, so that way it'll always be an integer. So just make sure that you don't accidentally enter the answer but not the answer format. Okay, yeah, just covering over what kind of the handouts will look like is that they'll have a lot of theorems and a ton of example problems. It'll be mostly example problems as well. Maybe there'll be like a page or two of theorems or some such. But this handout is mainly problem based in the sense that you'll learn by doing repetition through multiple problems. So we encourage you to read actively by actually doing the problems and actually trying to solve the example problems before reading the solution. And even if you're reading the solution and you still don't really get it, make sure to ask us in Discord or during office hours, and we'll be happy to clarify for you. Okay, the homework itself, I already covered that it would be Amy style, so it would be, you'll submit integers for your homework submissions, and it'll be roughly 7 to 10 problems each day, maybe more, maybe less. Okay, in discussions, we encourage you again to have discussions in general or question queue. Instructors will usually respond in at most 24 hours, but realistically speaking, you'll probably get a response in like a couple hours, maybe 3, 4 hours, most likely. But if you go to office hours, of course, you'll get it in like minutes. Also, just like general reminders for conduct. I hope I don't actually have to like do any action of this, but like be nice to everyone. Obviously, don't spam. And then when you're giving answers or making progress or talking about your solution, make sure to hide your solution in text in Discord. And the way to do that is whenever you have any text, surround it by 2 vertical bars on either side, and that way it'll black it out until you click on it, and then that way it'll spoil. Yeah, it'll be like I can just do it in Discord. So it'll be 2 bars. Yeah. Okay. And then if you're submitting an image as well, for in case you have like a geometry problem or something, you can mark it as a spoiler before submitting, so that way it also doesn't spoil for others. Um, okay. Also, yeah, don't ask for answers or give answers. Um, if you're gonna ask for help or something, make sure to include your progress and say, this is what I've tried, this is what I'm struggling on. Don't say, what do I do? Or I need help. It doesn't help us as the instructor to help you and guide you if you don't tell us what you haven't done. Okay, problems of the week. We'll be posting a problem of the week It's problem of the week, but we'll probably post a couple a week. And these are usually going to be harder than the homework problems, so you're encouraged to actually collaborate because it'll be pretty hard to solve it by yourself. Some of these questions might be original, and some of them might be from contests. They're just kind of for fun. You don't actually have to submit or anything. It's just kind of, in case you want to do more math or if you're ahead or anything. Okay, some activities. We have guest speaker lectures. If you were here last year, you know that we had a lot of guest speaker lectures. Um, we announcing guest speaker lectures will be near the end of camp, and we have not yet announced them. There also is a games channel and a games role in case you have already seen it in the server. Um, you can react for a game role, and I think they had ideas of doing chess or Minecraft. So if you're interested in that, you can look at that. Um, Currently, we're tentative on whether or not we're going to have a competition like last year. Uh, a competition as in like a mock math contest. This is subject to change, so we might. It's not guaranteed. And then yeah, working together via voice call, of course. All right, that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
What if we are able to solve the problem of the week, like the second or third day of the week? So what for the next rest of the week?
Problem of the week is it's just like for fun. It'll be posted in the actual channel. It's like it's separate from homework problems, so don't worry. How long until we can see the course on our launch page? You will probably see it today. You should see it today. Um, I can ask the full stack developer Anand Kashyap on when that'll be posted. I think he's currently updating something right now, so it's probably not available right now, but it will be soon.
I went into Everaise launch and I don't see my course.
Yeah, it hasn't been posted yet because orientation it just ended. It'll be posted later today.
Okay, thank you.
hmm
Are we done with orientation or what?
If people don't have any questions, then we're done. I'm just waiting if people have any questions. Going once, going twice. Okay. When will be the dashboard of math will come? Yeah, it'll come later today. Yeah, the page isn't finished yet. Our full stack developer is updating the pages right now. Okay. Um, if people don't have any more questions, then this is the end of orientation. Thanks for coming, by the way.